Today I'm going to tell you a story about the king, his minister. This involves Maya, the illusion, karma, and drama. There was a king who lived in a 9-gated city, and there was a wind blowing into the city, making certain parts of it glow. The king didn't go anywhere, but whenever he wanted something, he would send his minister to do his bidding. This minister was incredible in its activity. Nothing could withstand it. The minister would go and could defeat the gods even. And the minister would make things out of nothing and tear things that seemed to be solid into nothing. This minister could be a devil. It could be extremely like an angel, just depending on what the king told it to do. Who is this king? Who is this minister? The minister is the mind. The king is the self. The mind does anything the king asks. The law of attraction, which states that the mind will do anything that its task has been put before it, is the king giving the orders to the minister. The minister then goes out and takes the mind stuff of God and creates things. It thinks and plans and manipulates the environment around it to make a reality appear that the king has ordered. Well, this is kind of strange then, because a lot of people have a lot of bad things happen to them. Did the mind construct this environment? Well, yes. If you give the continuity of many lives in order to create what are called samskaras. So the mind is busy making and changing and fiddling with your environment, given the constraints from previous lives where this fiddling and adjusting and stuff went on. And this will continue on in the future until the king wants to stop. But once the king says it wants to stop, the mind continues on in its old patterns due to the force of the previous thoughts. And this is the basis for saying that the karma manifests as a reality. I'm sure many of the people here in the Western world have gone by a building, and sometime later, it could be a couple of days, it could be a month, it could be years, and the building is completely destroyed. It may be a vacant lot now, it may be a new building, but whatever was there is gone. There is a statement that in the Vedas that whatever is real exists at all time. So if something appears, and it wasn't there before, and it wasn't there after, they say that it's not real while it is there. And another example is a piece of jewelry made out of gold. If it was gold, it was formed into a bracelet, and then sometime later it gets melted down and becomes gold again. It being gold is more true than it being bracelet. There's levels of truth. Okay, so how, if you're talking about realization, this king and the minister, how did this process of bringing the mind under control happen? Well, if you can really see the king, the minister completely under your control. If you can completely stop the minister, you can see the king. But what they discovered many thousands of years ago is that there's a dual process that has to go on. You need to, in your practices, attempt to see the king at the same time as you're doing your best to stop the minister. If you take any other approach, just trying to see the king or just trying to stop the minister, it's very much more difficult. So the key to realization is to strive to see yourself and strive to control the mind at the same time.